I think for me it was obviously the first time you're competing for your country, which is obviously quite a special thing, and you get quite caught up in the expectation of how you want to perform, and then you go out and see all your opposition who are other internationals that you've never raced before, so it can be quite overwhelming. But actually you then realise, well, they're just the same as you, they're no more special than you, or they're not doing anything different in their training. I mean, winning a race is exactly the same when you're 13 as when I'm now 27. You've got to row better, you've got to be stronger, and you've got to be pretty mentally tough about how you want to approach your race. So I think those are a couple of key things to really learn at juniors. Actually, for me it's a good learning phase, and I had two very different experiences. One, I was in the 8 in 2001 in Duisburg, and we got a bronze medal and well above our expectation. We had a great time. Didn't have any I don't know where I'm going with this. But anyway, that was a great experience, really positive. And then the following year in the Coctis 4, and I think we really hoped to win, really wanted to win, and we were probably quite a sort of disgruntled crew a lot of the time, always too perfectionist, didn't really focus on the positives. We were quite a negative crew, and ended up getting a silver medal when we should have actually won, and that was very much more disappointing experience. And so for me, having those sort of two contrasting races has been actually a very good learning point, and I think that's one of the biggest things you can do in rowing, is just keep learning. You can never stop learning about how to improve in your sport, and that's what keeps you staying ahead of the game, really.
Having been to a number of sort of high-profile events, how important do you sort of rate the volunteers at things like the World Juniors and also World Championships and Olympics?
Volunteer support?
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't happen without it. I mean, it's just the volunteers around the actual putting on the events, or the coaches, or the support staff, your parents, for example. I mean, okay, I'm quite a selfish individual in one way. I want to go out and win for myself, but there's a lot of people that make it happen for me to do that. So it's quite it's something which perhaps us as athletes don't always appreciate what goes on behind. But it's particularly the parent support is invaluable, and we probably don't recognise that enough, actually.